In 2016, Motorola's Moto Z Play was considered to be one of the best phones on the market for crazy long-lasting battery endurance. Unfortunately, as we now know, Motorola neutered that famous battery performance with this year's Z2 Play. Thankfully, all hope is not lost. Motorola recently announced availability for the Moto E4 Plus here in the United States, and while the device may not be as powerful as entries in the Z series, the battery performance just might be reason enough to pick it up. I'm Joe Martin with 9to5Google, and this is our full review of the Motorola Moto E4 Plus. If you've seen a Motorola phone from 2017, then you've pretty much seen the Moto E4 Plus. Motorola has been pretty consistent with its design language since the original Moto Z and Z Force, and while that may make things a bit boring from an aesthetic point of view, it does bring some nice cohesion to Motorola's ever-growing product offerings. The Moto E4 Plus is built similarly to the regular E4 that we previously reviewed, and as such, the phone features a metal frame inside for a sturdy feel in the hand. The outside of the phone is made using plastic, and while it's not the most premium feeling in the world, this is to be expected considering the E4 Plus's price. The power button and volume rocker on the right side of the E4 Plus feels surprisingly clicky, and the front-facing fingerprint scanner works just as fast as the one on my Google Pixel running Android O. Near the top of the phone is your earpiece for phone calls, but this also doubles as a front-facing speaker that sounds way better than it should. A micro SD card slot lies underneath the removable backplate to increase the internal 16 or 32 gigabytes of storage up to 128 gigabytes. A micro USB port is used for charging the phone, and while I would have preferred to see USB Type-C, most people interested in buying the E4 Plus are likely more familiar and comfortable with micro USB anyways. The Moto E4 Plus is the same screen resolution as the regular E4 at 1280 by 720, but it does increase the size of the screen up to 5.5 inches. The LCD panel gets respectively bright and produces good colors, but I noticed that looking at the display from an angle adds either a warm or a cool tint to everything depending on how you're viewing it. These aren't the worst viewing angles I've ever seen on a phone, but it is a sign that Motorola did have to make some cuts in order to get the price of the E4 Plus to where it is. Android 7.1.1 Nougat is running on the Moto E4 Plus out of the box, and software is something that Motorola has been excelling at recently. The Android experience on the E4 Plus is incredibly close to stock, and you'll even find features like your Google Feed cards on the leftmost side of your home screen, you can swipe up to access your application drawer, and there's even the pixel animation when pressing your home button for the Google Assistant. In addition to these little touches, the E4 Plus also comes outfitted with Motorola's famous Moto app. Here you can turn on features for using the single home button in place of the three on-screen ones, shrinking down the display for easier one-handed use, and quite a bit more. You won't find all of the same gestures that are included with more expensive Motorola phones, but there's still more than enough here to keep you entertained. Aside from the Moto and FM radio app, there aren't any unnecessary pre-installed applications to bog down the E4 Plus. The Snapdragon 427 processor and 2GB of RAM keeps everything moving along just fine, and this combo provides ample power for social media use, browsing the web, and even some light gaming. On the back of the E4 Plus is where you'll find the main 13-megapixel camera, and as you'd probably expect from a phone of this caliber, images turn out looking alright at best. Photos will be fine for uploading to social media, but if you try to do anything other than that, you're really going to start to notice the camera's weaknesses, including poor low-light performance and colors that often feel a bit muted. The 5-megapixel front-facing camera works good for selfies, but yet again, low-light is its Achilles heel. Thankfully, Motorola has included a flash to accompany the selfie cam to help out in those darker situations. Without a doubt, the Moto E4 Plus shines the most with its battery performance. The 5000 mAh unit is a huge step up from the E4's 2800 mAh pack, and when you combine that large capacity with a lower res display and efficient processor, the result is battery life that can easily last through 2 full days of regular use. The E4 Plus is a bit on the hefty side due to that large battery at 181 grams, but this is a very small price to pay for such solid endurance. The Moto E4 Plus will be made available for purchase starting on August 3rd, and you'll be able to pick up the phone from a wide variety of retailers and carriers across the US. With a starting price tag of $180, the Moto E4 Plus sits smack dab in the middle between the regular Moto E4 and Moto G5 Plus. The G5 Plus still offers a better overall experience if you're willing to pay that additional $50 premium, but whether you want a phone for under that $200 marker or really just are in the market for something that you don't have to throw on the charger every single night, the Moto E4 Plus stands out as a fantastic option for both of those scenarios. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for even more videos like this, and for all of our other coverage, go to our website at 9to5google.com. I've been Joe Marin with 9to5 Google, and I'll see you in the next video.